Hey guys, welcome back to Karan's Cuisine. For today's video, I'll be making spinach rice, which is basically like a lunchbox recipe. For this, you need about 600 grams of spinach, some coriander or cilantro, about 2 rice cooker cups of rice, 5 cloves of garlic, 3 green chilies, and 3 dried red chilies. And also temperings such as cumin seeds, mustard seeds, urad dal, and chana dal. You're also going to need a little bit of oil and ghee. The first step is to cook your rice, and I've added 1.5 teaspoons of salt for flavor and added a dash of olive oil so that when the rice is cooked, it doesn't stick to itself. And there are many ways to cook it. I'm just cooking it in this pressure cooker without the lid on for 10 to 15 minutes. And you can also cook it the night before to make the process faster. It's been 15 minutes since I started cooking the rice, and most of the water has disappeared and it's bubbling up, so it's time to put on the lid and cook it for about 1 whistle so we can finish cooking the rice. So the rice is done cooking, and I set it aside off the heat so that it can release all the pressure. So now it's time to work on the spinach, and you want to blanch the spinach, and for this you have to have like a bowl of boiling water on the heat, and then put the spinach into here, and then mix it around for 30 seconds or until the spinach changes to a darker green color. Then have a bowl of ice water ready so that you can put it in there. You want to make sure that your water is boiling, or else this won't happen that fast, but it's been like 45 seconds, so we can transfer it into the ice water. So once the spinach has cooled after you put it in the ice water, you want to take the spinach out of the water and try to get rid of as much moisture as possible. You don't want any water in the spinach. Now it's time to cut the spinach. I've cut my spinach and coriander leaves into small pieces. So now I've heated up a pan and added about 1.5 teaspoons of ghee and 1 teaspoon of oil. So now I can add my tempering. Then cook this for a little bit. Now add the red chilies and garlic. Now add your onions and green chilies with a little bit of salt and turmeric. You want to add about 1/2 teaspoon of salt and just a dash of turmeric to bring out the taste and add a little bit of color. Cook this until the onions get a little bit translucent, but not like completely brown. It's been about 3 minutes, and you can see that the onions are getting like a little bit translucent. So now you can add your spinach and cilantro and cook it for about 5 to 10 minutes until all the waters that come out evaporate. It's been about 7 minutes of cooking, and now it's time to add the rice. And there's many different variations for this recipe. You can add mint, around 8 to 10 leaves of mint to give it some extra flavor. You can add some lemon in the end because a nice sour taste goes well with spinach. You can also maybe even add mango or amchur powder, or when it's done, just add dry roasted peanuts or cashews on top. And just do anything you want, experiment with different flavors to try and get the best spinach rice recipe. Practically done, so you can garnish it with a little bit of coriander on top, but I personally like adding a little bit of nutmeg, ground nutmeg powder, because it goes well with the spinach. You can also add cumin, or even do both, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and then 1/2 teaspoon of cumin to bring out some flavor, but I just like nutmeg, so I'm adding it now. Now it's time to taste it, and what I really love about this recipe is that it's super easy and fast to make, and if you have the rice ready, like if you made it the previous night, it only takes like 15 minutes to get it ready, and it's perfect for kids going to college or even just to make it in the morning for a lunchbox for kids going to school like me. So now it's the moment of truth. It's spinach with a little bit of nutmeggy taste. It's so good. The salt and onions, it's just perfect. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. And if you want to see more of my content, please subscribe.